All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moneyskool 2024 watch list. My name is Dion Pouncil, and I will be your host today. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to hop on in as we see what's going on as far as people coming in into the live stream. And once we see people starting to pile in, I will hop right into it. Okay. So thank you for your time, energy, and efforts, and tuning in. We should be very straightforward today on what we will be going through and watching on our 2024 list. And excited to look forward to beat the market this year in 2024. Okay. So we're going to give everybody a couple of more minutes and then we are going to hop right into it. Okay. With that being said, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to literally 2024, which I believe will be, a year of abundance and growth. And I am always looking to start every day, every week, every month, and every year off with gratitude. I think it's one of the most powerful energies in the universe. And when you start out with gratitude, everything else falls in line. Okay. So we'll get started here in about 2 minutes and let everybody come in. I know we got some people coming in probably from our Moneyskool community, posted it on Instagram as well as, YouTube. So with that, we'll give everybody about 2 minutes and we will go from there. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are live on multiple channels. Instagram family, you cannot see my screen. Click the link in the bio. Join us live on YouTube and watch as we go through our 2024 watch list. Okay. So, all right. So we're going to hop right into it. I wanted to give everybody like a minute or so. All right. So we're live on YouTube. You can go to Dion Pouncil YouTube page. Just literally go to YouTube, type in, search Dion Pouncil, go to my page, and you'll see me live. If you are on Instagram, click the link in my bio and join us live on YouTube so you can actually see the screen and what I am covering. Okay, so here we go. Let's hop right into it. All right, so here we go, live on YouTube, and now we're going to get ready to share the screen and go over our Moneyskool 2024 watch list. All right, so here we go. First and foremost, I want to introduce myself again for those of you all who do not know me. My name is Dion Pouncil. I am the Principal and Chief Investment Officer for Pouncil Capital, which is an algorithmic hedge fund that I run. I am also the founder of Moneyskool.com, which is a financial education platform that teaches people how to take control of their financial future, make finances easy, and teach you financial education. Everything from trading and investing to entrepreneurship and business development. Okay. So some of you all who are new to me may or may not have seen me on your local and or national television stations, from Fox to Cheddar News, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I have taught trading and investing all around the world, from Chicago to New York, from Dubai to the Philippines, from Costa Rica to LA, from, DC to Dallas, Texas. All right. And so I am extremely passionate about helping people change their lives through financial education, trading, and investing. And I have made it my mission to help over 75 million people change their lives through those assets. Okay. So let's hop right into our number one stock that we are picking for 2024. Again, if you are on Instagram and you want to see the screen, you want to see the presentation, click the link in my bio. I am live on YouTube. and you can watch as I go through the list today. So first and foremost, we're going to be picking number one is BLK. This BLK stands for BlackRock. BlackRock is our number one stock that we have selected for 2024. And so how this is going to go is I'm going to give you the stock that I'm selecting to put into my watch list, and I'm going to tell you why I selected that. Okay. And then at the end, if you decide to, actually, let me post this comment in here. If you want to join our Discord community, it is completely free, and you can join our Discord community. And in there, I post the watch list. And as we get to starting the new year, I'm actually going to be posting my price targets for each one of these stocks that I'm selecting here today. Okay, so number one is BlackRock. All right. And we're going to hop. I'm also going to show you a little bit of the chart of that instrument and some insights into why I chose that stock. Okay. So as we see here, we have BlackRock as the first, BlackRock Inc. Now, the reason that I chose BlackRock is because BlackRock is the financial leader of the planet. It is the professional asset manager, the number one asset manager, wealth management firm on the planet. Okay. It's projected to reach $1 trillion of assets under management in the coming years. All right. And its founder, Larry Fink, was one of the co-founders of Blackstone. Co-founded BlackRock with the founders of Blackstone to create BlackRock. All right. And they split out, and Larry Fink has grown it to the number one asset management firm in the world. BlackRock literally owns between 60 and 80% equity stakes in the entire S&P 500. Okay, so if you think the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the country of the United States, okay, and you think just 50% of that is 250, all right, and that is a substantial amount of control. That is a substantial amount of impact on the financial markets and also across the world, okay? The other thing that I like about these companies that I'm going to be selecting, because they are because they are public companies, you're not only going to be able to see what the company is doing and you can check their earnings, you can see what they're performing at. But if there's something like an asset manager or an ETF that I select to show you, you can also go and look at their holdings, because their holdings are public. And so BlackRock, being the largest asset manager on the company, you can have a little bit more safety and security that they employ the top financiers on the planet, and they're going to do a lot of your market research for you. Now you want to do your own and look to see if that confirms what their research is with your personal research. But at the end of the day, you can bet your bottom dollar that these companies, especially the ones that I'm going to tell you, and the insights that they have, the connections that they have, the finances that they have, and the control that they have over these companies and these founders and these CEOs of these companies are going to give you more fundamental insights into why I believe these companies will be successful now, this year, and in the future. Okay. And so this portfolio that we're going over today here live on YouTube is for investment. This is something that you're looking to buy and hold for at least 1 year or longer. Okay. This is not about trading, swing trading, day trading, intraday trading. This is the 2024 watch list for the entire year and potentially beyond. Okay, so this would be a buy and hold for the year. Now, as we look at the BlackRock chart, we can see, I'm not going to go into what this blue line is or represents, but I am going to show you how powerful this particular tool is, okay, and how I use it to make financial decisions. Okay, so number one, we can see that BlackRock went public in October 1st, 1999, and it opened up around $14.90. And we could see from a buy and hold standpoint that if you would have bought BlackRock in 1999 for $14.91, the all-time high for BlackRock was reached last November 2021 of $970.50, and it's currently trading at $811.80. Okay, so first and foremost, this shows you that over the last 30 plus years, right, 20 plus years, this stock has over time continuously moved up into profits. All right, so that's number one. We're looking at blue chip quality stocks that we not only believe they're going to be here today, but in the future. Okay, and so that's a major key. The second major key is one of the key technical indicators, because I am a technical analyst, a technical trader, meaning I use computers and math and science to find out the quality of companies and make my financial decisions. This technical tool that we're using here, typically when a market crosses over this indicator to the upside, it's a signal for a high probability for it to trend up and to continue to go up. Okay. And when the instrument or the asset at hand crosses below this tool, this indicator, it's a high probability that the market will begin to trend down. Okay. And so as we can see, BlackRock crossed above this price point of $678.23 in November. It has been trending up since November 1st, and it's already up almost $200 since it crossed this technical indicator. Okay, and I'm looking at the 1 month chart. So each one of these bars is representing at least 1 month of data. So if we look back 12 bars ago, that's the full year of 2022. Okay, and we can see that on January 3rd, which was the first trading day of the year, BlackRock was at 920, and it finished the year at 613. Okay, I'm sorry. No, it finished the year here at this close at 751. Okay, so it finished at 751. So it was down slightly for the year. Long term, we could see that it was up, and now we can see that it's trending up moving into 2024. So this is a quality place for us to enter in and buy this asset, as we believe it has a high probability to continue to move forward. Now, trading and investing is personal. I'm giving you my 2024 watch list and why I am picking these, okay? But you are to do your own due diligence and research, okay? So that is our number one pick for the 2024 list, BlackRock Inc., okay? Again, if you are on Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. If you want to see the screen, click the link in my bio. Okay. All right. Our number two selection for our 2024 watch list is IBM. Now, IBM is a company that has been around for decades, and a lot of people are very familiar with IBM. And the reason that I'm picking IBM is because quantum computing is going to be huge in 2024 and beyond. Okay. And so trading, investing, things like that, 101 is buy low, sell high, right? And so I believe that based off of the technical indicators that I see in IBM and what the research says is coming for the breakthroughs that they're having in quantum computing, I believe that IBM is at a very affordable price, okay? Also showing the quality of IBM over time, IBM opened and went public for its initial public offering in the 60s and 68 and opened up at around $13.77. Its all-time high is $205.96, and it's currently at $163.55. So since it opened in the 60s around $13, it has traded up over time and it is currently at $163.55. So you can see that it's a quality company that's been around for years. It's led the market in computer manufacturing and computer production for a very, very, very long time. And the primary reason that I am picking it today for this year is the breakthroughs that they are having in quantum computing. Okay, so a brief explanation of what quantum computing is. If you think about what you're using to watch me in this live stream, it is a computer, whether it is a desktop, a laptop, an iPad, a tablet, or iPhone or Android, it is a computer. Okay, and if you just look at the rate and speed in which computers have progressed since they really kind of were made mainstream in the late 80s and early 90s, you can see how fast we've grown from a mainframe computer taking up an entire room to having a supercomputer in your pocket. Okay, so they say that the technology that was used to empower humans to go to space and to go to the moon, your iPhone, your one individual iPhone or Android phone, is more powerful than that computer. Okay, and so you can think about the power of the iPhone and the Android and the computers that we have now. They're still built off of zeros and ones. Okay, so those zeros and ones are put in certain order, and you're able to store data and store information and do high level calculations on those computers. And you can also bring the information back from that storage. Okay, and so the faster we're able to do that, the smaller they're able to make the compute power or the compute ability, the more power and more storage it can have. Now, that's off of zeros and ones. A quantum computer can do 0 or 1 or zeros and ones at the same time, or zeros and ones at the same time, which gives at least 1,000 times more power than what we currently have. And those breakthroughs are starting to and accelerate. And IBM is one of the leaders in that industry. Okay, and we have one more stock on the list that is also a leader in quantum computing, and I believe that that's going to enable huge breakthroughs, especially because if you think about how popular AI has been over the last couple of years and how it's speeding up now with the breakthrough of OpenAI, ChatGPT, and all these AI chatbots this year or the last couple of years, and now AI is going mainstream. That's going to drive investment. That investment is going to be trickled down into the companies who lead and the companies who are positioning themselves. Okay, Happy New Year, Nick. All right, and Maurice, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Tiffany and Brandy. Okay, and so with that, I believe IBM is undervalued based off of what it's going to do or potentially do with those breakthroughs. And then also from a technical standpoint, we could see that it crossed over my tool in October of 2023. And when it did, it was at $137.60. And now it's already trading at $163.55 since it crossed over our powerful tool. Okay, so that is our second pick of the 2024 watch list, and that is why I picked it. Okay, all right, so next up, number 3 on the list, we have Nancy. Now, it's pretty comical as to why it's called Nancy, but it's also extremely powerful as to why this stock is called Nancy. Okay, so we're gonna go and check Nancy's chart. All right, now Nancy just went public last year, okay, and it opened at $25.06, and it currently is trading at $30.48, okay? So Nancy stands for the shortness of Nancy Pelosi, and the reason this company got together and put together an ETF that it tracks the performance of the sitting members of the Democratic side of Congress. So it tracks every congressperson and their family member to see their stock activity. Now, why is that cool and why is that important? That's important because you can bet your bottom dollar that the United States congressman knows what's going on in the market, or their financial professionals that they have knows what's going on in the market. So for example, Nancy Pelosi, her annual salary from the Hill is around $250,000, but she's worth like over $50 million, okay? And it's because of her stock investment portfolio. And so if you track what they do, because they have to disclose it because they're public servants in the government, you can see the performance of her portfolio. So this company got together and aggregated all the portfolios of all the city members and their families, and they're tracking it as an ETF, okay? So for everybody that's on Instagram, I'm live on YouTube right now going over my 2024 stock pick. You can click the link in my bio, join and see the screen live and watch me go over my 2024 watch list. Okay. So that's why Nancy is now a stock that I've picked for my 2024 watch list, because it gives powerful insight. The other thing is that because it's an index, it also is going to show you every single underlying stock that it owns. And because it's showing you every single underlying stock that it owns, you're going to be able to see what every single stock that the congressmen and their families are owning. And you will be able to also see the patterns of who has what and how much of it, right? And so that can give you some insight, some edge, and some potential comfort and security, knowing that it's a high probability that if these Congress people have large holdings of these companies, then they're also going to be inclined to do what they got to do from a government and regulation standpoint to help these companies thrive. Okay. And so that's why I picked Nancy, which also leads us right to the next pick. Number 4 is Cruz. Okay. And Cruz is the exact same thing as Nancy, but for the Republican Party. So Cruz is the ETF that was made by the same company that created the ETF for Nancy for the Democratic Party, is now also tracking for the Republican Party. So we're now covering both sides of the bipartisan governmental breakdown in America, and we're able to track what these politicians are investing in their long-term portfolios, right? Because of course, if they're in Congress, they're putting in a position to create generational wealth for themselves and their families. And so we want to be able to do the same thing and have a high probability edge. Okay. And then also, I know people are leaving comments on Instagram and on YouTube. I will also answer questions at the end of this briefly if people have them. Okay. All right. So next on our list is number 5. We have Twilio. So I have 20 stock that I picked, by the way, just so we know this is not going to be an endless list. Okay. So number 5, my number 5 2024 stock pick for the year is Twilio. Okay. Twilio is a Silicon Valley based startup that's been around for a while. We can go and see when Twilio went public, which was in June of 2016. They went public at $23.89. We can see that they reached the high in 2021 of $454. We can see that they've also, since the COVID season, have been trending down, right? But we can see they've also just crossed up above my tool that I use for my long-term investment opportunities, which means that it's a high probability that they will begin to start to trend up. Now, another reason that I picked Twilio is because it engages in the development of communication software, cloud-based platform, and they primarily empower business-to-business software tools. So they're very big on AI, Internet of Things, and empowering companies to do marketing and advertising to their customers, okay? And so if you think about a lot of these platforms that are enabling small businesses and enterprise businesses to text their people in real time, message their people in real time, and engage with their consumers in real time, a lot of that is powered by Twilio, okay? And so also, me being a professional hedge fund manager, I also look at other firms and other managers and see what they're doing, and not from a comparative standpoint, but to see, okay, what are the top people doing and picking? And so I was also very pleasantly surprised when Kathy Wood selected Twilio as her #1 AI selection of stock for the next 5 years. Now, if you don't know Kathy Wood, she manages billions of dollars under her investment firm called ARK Investments. She has multiple funds, billions of dollars under management. She picked Tesla early. She picked NVDA early. She picked a lot of these assets early that people did not necessarily see what was coming down the pipeline. And she's made billions of dollars for herself and for her investors. And she's picked Twilio as her top AI pick for 2024 and moving forward for the next 5 years. Okay. All right. So that is Twilio, my #5 pick, and why I picked it. All right. So next up, #6, we have Roblox. Roblox is my #6 pick. And I picked Roblox because I see the powerful impact that it is having on kids, development, from a coding perspective from kids and playing games, and then also how much money the kids get their parents to spend on Roblox for their Roblox bucks or Roblox dollars. And I, as a parent of two, who have children who are old enough to ask me to download games and buy games, and nieces who actually play Roblox, I know how powerful and how much money parents are spending on Roblox. Like I said, this watch list is just a summary and an overview. If you want to get deep dives on how I do what I do specifically, you can click the link in the YouTube chat and join my free investment and trade community called Moneyskool, and you could join that. But for today, I'm just going over picking the stocks and why I'm picking the stocks and showing you what the stock has been, how it's been doing since it went public in its initial public offering, its IPO, what it's doing today, and why I project for it to be a winner in 2024. Okay, so Roblox opened and went public March 1st, 2021. Okay, and it opened at $64.28. It went up to a high of $141, a low of $21, and now it just crossed above my technical indicator on November 1st at $36. Okay, and since it crossed over in November, it's already up $9. Okay, so that is Roblox. It engages. If you don't know Roblox, it engages in the provision of online gaming services. The platform consists of Roblox Client, Roblox Studio, and Roblox Cloud, which is an application that creates and allows its user to create 3D worlds. Okay, so I believe that Roblox is a quality pick. It has crossed above my technical indicator that tells me that it is about to start trending up into the buy side, and I believe that this is a quality entry point for Roblox. Okay, so that is the #6 pick. All right, moving on to the #7 pick of my 2024 stock market watch list. I am choosing the Qs, what is known as the Qs. The QQQ is a index that heavily tracks the overall markets, but specifically heavy in technology. Okay, so this is one of the ways that you can own a piece of technology companies without owning the companies directly. You can buy this index, and this index owns a piece of multiple companies. All right, and you'll be able to see that when you become an investor, or you'll be able to see that as you do research on the Qs. All right, now the Qs, this index opened in March of '99 around $51. And since it went public, the high was literally reached last December at $412.98. Now, it had crossed above my technical indicator in May of 2023 at $322. And since it crossed above my technical indicator, okay, it's up approximately $80. All right. So very, very powerful tool that I'm using, and I'm showing you guys, as well as showing you how, from an investment standpoint, right, as we're building our wealth, we're looking to look bigger picture, long term, and we're investing for these things for at least 1 year or longer. Okay, and so I believe that the Qs are a quality purchase at this price because technology just continues to outperform all the other sectors and industries in the market. And this allows you to have exposure to the overall industry without necessarily trying to bet or time on one individual technology stock. Okay. If you're watching on Instagram, I am live on YouTube where you can actually see my screen. Click the link in my bio and join us live to watch it. All right. Okay. So next up, our number 8 pick of 2024 is called Path, P-A-T-H, Path, okay? And Path is another technology company. It is very focused on AI, okay? It engages in the development and provision of software platform to automate businesses' processes. So it is an AI tool that focuses on automation for companies for their software and their hardwares, okay? It covers banking, finance, telecommunication, public, healthcare, and things of that nature, all right? Also, this is Kathy Wood's number 2 pick for AI for over the next 5 years. As I mentioned earlier, I like to see when other thought leaders are agreeing with some of the assets that I am choosing, okay? Path went public in April of 2021 at $65. It reached a high of $89.78. It's been trending downward since, but it has just crossed above my technical indicator at $16.72. And since it crossed that indicator in November, is up $8. And since Kathy Wood announced that she selected this stock as her number 1 AI stock, her number 2 AI stock over the next 5 years, it jumped up that $8 immediately. Okay. What up, Doc? How's Dubai? I seen you in Dubai celebrating New Year's Eve last night. So I'll be back in Dubai in a couple of months. All right. So that is my number 8 pick for 2024. It's Path. It's an AI tool that specializes in helping business to business automate their processes. All right. Number 9 is NVO. My number 9 pick for 2024 watch list is NVO. All right. So NVO is Novo Nordisk. Okay. And this company is a life sciences company. Okay. They're a global healthcare company. Now, why I picked NVO is because whether you believe in technology, whether you believe in singularity, whether you believe in religious mark of the beast, or whether you believe in death, or whether you believe in immortality and all those things are personal beliefs, okay? And I'm not here to either say you're right or wrong. I'm not here to judge that you, whatever decision that you make. What I am here to say is that this company is having revolutionary breakthroughs in the life sciences sector from a pharmaceutical standpoint and a human biological advancement standpoint. And one of the major breakthroughs that they have is on curing the disease of death. Okay, so a lot of Silicon Valley companies and a lot of companies in Boston and a lot of companies around the world are now labeling death as a human disease, and they are trying to find ways to cure it. Okay, and so with that, they are raising billions and billions and billions of dollars to crack this code of human immortality or extending human life. And Novo is one of the top companies that are having major breakthroughs. Okay. It is a quality pharmaceutical company that has been around for a good amount of time. So they're not a new kid on the block, which is good to see when you're talking about long-term investing. So Nordic went public in 1981 at around 19 cents. Okay, and it's currently trading at $103.45. So it's been around for a long time. It's up substantially since its IPO, and it also crossed above my technical indicator at 5117 in October of 2022. So it is almost doubled in 2023. And now we're moving into 2024. Okay. So it is a quality company, and they are crushing people when it comes to human advancement, pharmaceuticals, and the technology that they are creating for life sciences and human biological breakthroughs. Okay. Again, whether you believe in singularity, whether you believe in human robotics interactions, et cetera, is a personal choice. From a financial standpoint, you can invest into it, and people pay attention to what they pay for. So if you are looking at it from an investment standpoint, but you're also looking at it from a standpoint that you want to be informed on what is going on with the biological breakthroughs and the technical breakthroughs that are going on with human and AI and human and biological advancement, paying attention to these companies and seeing how many billions and billions of dollars they project the life sciences industry sector to be over $1 trillion market cap in the next 3 years. This is something you want to be informed about and know what's going on at a very bare minimum. Okay. So, all right. So my number 10 selection for my 2024 watch list is NVIDIA. So for those of you guys who are on Instagram and watching live, click the link in my bio. I'm on YouTube live. You can click the link and watch us and join and see the screen as I walk through these different stock selections. Okay. Number 10 is NVIDIA. Okay. NVIDIA was an AI darling of a lot of people for 2023. I believe that they still have a substantial amount of room to grow. Their profit margins right now are only at 70%, which obviously means they have room to grow. And we can see NVIDIA went public in 1999. Okay. At around 12 cents. Okay. And it's currently $495.22. And they've had tremendous breakthroughs in chip development, okay, and in AI. All right. Every powerful computer you are pretty much using and processing uses what's called GPUs, okay, graphic processing units. And NVIDIA is one of the lead chip developer and computer graphic processing companies on the planet. All right. We can see they had a really good breakthrough started in February of 2023 at 205 across my indicator. And when it did, it's now up to $495. Now, another reason why I believe that this is a company to still get in relatively early is because they are some AI thought leaders. They are leading the pack in the chip development. They do have a substantial amount of market share. And it's only really the beginning. Okay. And so when we look at this stock, we look at the technicals and we look at their market share, we look at the overall market cap. They also just became $1 trillion company. What up, Jason? We in DC, so we'll have to link up soon, Jason. But they also just crossed over $1 trillion market cap in 2023. Okay, so there is a lot of excitement around what they're developing, the breakthroughs that they're having, and the amount of money that they're raising enables them to move even faster. Okay, what's up, Cassidy? For those of you guys who are on Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. You can see my screen, see the stock chart, and see the list that I'm going through. Okay. All right. So that is my number 10 pick for the 2024. So we just got 10 picks left, and we're going to go through them now. Okay. So my number 11 pick is one of my darlings, one of my babies that I've had and traded for a long time is Apple. Okay. I always joke that you could basically split the planet down into two between Apple users and Android users. And whichever one you pick doesn't really matter to me. But the simple fact that one company literally has that type of stronghold on over 3 billion people. It's also a company that's worth over $2 trillion. Other analysts have it reaching $3 trillion at some point in 2024. And it has been around since the 80s and has proven itself as a blue chip stock that has been around for years, and people have made millions and billions of dollars. Okay, so Apple went public in 81, around 83 cents, and it has reached several $100s multiple times, has had at least 4 stock splits. Okay, it split in 2020-ish or 21. It was at like $500 a share, split down to $125 a share. And since that split, it's already back up to $192.53. Okay, so I don't think we have to really go super deep into Apple. Everybody knows about Apple, but it is my number 11 pick for the 2024 watch list that we've created. We can also see that it crossed over my technical indicator in March of 23 at $155. And since it crossed over my technical indicator, it is up $40. Okay, so that is my pick. That is my 11th pick for the 2024 stock watch list. Okay, all right. Number 12, those of you guys on Instagram, click the link in my bio, join us live on YouTube, and watch me go through our 2024 pick. We're live on YouTube right now. Click the link in my bio. Okay, so my number 12 pick for 2024 is Amazon. All right, obviously Amazon is another household name. Literally, people have Alexa in their house. Amazon Prime gets delivered to your house almost every other day, probably. So you know about Amazon. You know about Amazon Prime. AWS, which is their cloud server business, is the number 1 cloud server business on the planet. We know also one of their subsidiaries is Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos' space baby, him taking humans to space on a more commercial level. All right. Amazon has been around since the late 90s. Okay. Went public May of 97, around 53 cents. It also had a stock split. It got up to around $2,000. It split to around 100 to 200 bucks, and it is now already back up to 150, 194 since the split. It also crossed above my technical indicator at $123.50 in June. Okay, and it's already up to $151.48. All right. We know Amazon has proven itself to be a blue chip stock, and it has several different industries that it leads in, and I truly believe it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Now, again, to join my free trade and investment community on Discord, the link is pinned here in the YouTube comment section. To learn more about why, how, and what I do when it comes to stock. I'm not going to go too in depth into that today. This is really just me sharing the watch list with the public and picking these and stamping my approval on these things. And we'll be able to track whether I'm right or wrong here at the end of the year and see where we did. But for the last 4 years, we have outperformed the market. We did about 37% returns last year. The S&P 500, I think, did about 35. So if you're looking at a benchmark comparison, I've put these lists out for the last 3 or 4 years to the public and to our trading communities, and we have outperformed every single year. Okay, so our next pick in the 2024 Moneyskool watch list is JP Morgan. Okay, JP Morgan. Now, I like to say JP Morgan is one of those banks that are too big to fail. If JP Morgan goes down, the U.S. economy will go down right after it, and the world economy will be extremely affected. JP Morgan is literally the financial institution that is interwoven into every single thing that the United States does. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If they do, they're lying to you. Okay? Jamie Dimon is a quality CEO, all right, and he has been able to steer JP Morgan through a myriad amount of ups and downs in the economy, and JP Morgan continues to stay on top. Okay, JP Morgan went public a long time ago in the 60s, around $9. And it is currently trading at $170.10. So we can see from a bigger picture, long-term standpoint, JP Morgan has been around, okay, and it has been a quality hold for the financial sector. All right, we can see that it crossed above my technical indicator in January of 2023 when it was around $139. And we can see since it crossed above my technical indicator, it's already up to $170 a share. Okay, so very, very, very powerful stuff. For those of you guys on Instagram that want to see the stock picks, want to see the chart, I'm live on YouTube right now. Click the link in my Instagram bio, join the live. Okay, so that is our financial sector selection, number 13, JP Morgan. Next is number 14, our 2024 stock pick. Number 14 is Lockheed Martin. Okay, Lockheed Martin is a defensive company. They build rocket ships, they build airplanes and things of that nature. It's an aerospace and defense technology company. Okay, global security, engages in the research and design and manufacturing, okay, of these technologies, the systems, the products, the planes, the rocket ships. I shared this story with our community yesterday. I used to live in Palo Alto, California, which is a suburb of San Francisco. And New Year's Eve, 2017, going into 2018, I was literally at a professor, a physics professor at Stanford had a New Year's Eve party, and a lot of professors were there. Some of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life were there. I was literally having a conversation with a rocket scientist that night, and he was telling me how Lockheed had a spaceship satellite that they sent out in 1989, and the number one mission for this satellite rocket ship was to go as far as it can go in the universe and just send pictures back every day. Okay, and they are still getting a live feed picture every day from this rocket ship since 1989, and they still have connections, and they say it's about maybe like 10 million miles away from the Earth, right? And so just having the conversations with these people and understanding how powerful this company is, how intertwined this company is, and the type of data, information, and access that Lockheed Martin has, and it's a quality defensive company, okay? And so also some free game here. Typically, when markets have economic downturns, defense and security stocks go up, because when people are worried about their money, their safety, and their security, they invest more into defense, and the value of those companies go up, okay? So Lockheed Martin went public. We can see bigger picture long term as an investment. Lockheed Martin went public in 95, around 25 bucks. Is currently trading at $453. So it's shown as a quality long-term investment. We can see that it literally just crossed above my technical indicator at 447. And we can see from the last 13 stock that I've shown you what happens when it crosses above my technical indicator. It's a high probability that it begins to trend up if it crosses above it, and trend down if it crosses below it. And we can see that it just crossed above it. We're at the beginning of the 2024 year. The first trading day, first investment day, first business day of the year is tomorrow, and we're looking forward to getting after it, okay? All right, so that was my number 14 pick. We got 6 more. Number 15 on our 2024 stock watch list is Microsoft, okay? Microsoft, again, another household name that a lot of people know, but the reason that I picked Microsoft for this year is 2 reasons. One, the quantum computing breakthroughs that Microsoft are having, which are completely separate from their AI business. Their AI business is crushing it. Their CEO led the charge to buy a substantial portion of OpenAI and invest in OpenAI, which is the founder of ChatGPT. And now Microsoft owns ChatGPT, a very good portion of ChatGPT, which means they're going to have the thumb of their pulse on all things AI. And then Microsoft also is leading the world in quantum computing. So the top 3 companies in quantum computing are Microsoft, Google, and IBM. And so this makes Microsoft even more valuable than what it is now. As I explained earlier, on the quantum computing breakthroughs that are currently happening and projected to happen over the next year plus. Okay, so Microsoft is currently trading at $376. Microsoft went public. Microsoft went public in the early 90s, late 80s, I should say, late 80s at around $1, and literally it's currently trading at $376, and it also had a couple of stock splits along the way. Okay, and so we can see it crossed above my technical indicator in March of 2023 at $280, and since it's done that, it's almost up $100. Okay, so very, very powerful indicator insight. Now, I personally am not a fan of Bill Gates. I don't know him personally, but his business practices I don't necessarily agree with. But my personal beliefs and agreement with that person has nothing to do with how they have led the company and even put a new CEO in place there to basically dominate and be one of the dominant players in the technical sector and in the financial markets. Okay, so Microsoft is my number 15 pick for the 2024 stock market watch list for Moneyskool. Okay, for those of you guys on Instagram, click the link in my bio. I'm live on YouTube. You can come in and watch the screen and see what I am showing. Okay, all right. So next, my 16th pick for the 2024 stock watch list for Moneyskool is PLTR. That stands for Palantir. Palantir is a cybersecurity company. Okay, I've said this on the record multiple times that I believe the number one threat to humanity is cybersecurity. Every single thing that touches the computer and touches the internet can be hacked. It's hackable. Okay, and that's where security comes into play. Palantir was founded and led by Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is a Silicon Valley OG. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, I highly recommend you do some research on him. Peter Thiel's grandfather was one of the lead mathematicians and physicists on the atom bomb in the late 40s, 50s, and 60s. Peter acquired that mathematical scientific brain from his family, went on to Stanford, was one of the co-founders of PayPal, okay? Made a substantial amount of money when they sold PayPal. Peter Thiel also became a trader and a hedge fund manager. Peter Thiel was also the first money into Facebook. Peter Thiel was the first investor to Facebook, okay? So Google PayPal Mafia, and you can see how the first 20 to 100 employees of PayPal are investors or founders of a lot of the tools that everybody uses today. Out of PayPal Mafia, you get YouTube, you get LinkedIn, you get the first investments into Facebook, you get Tesla, you get SpaceX, you get Starlink. All of those companies come from seed investments from that PayPal Mafia that was led by Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is the founder of Palantir, which is a cybersecurity company. So that shows you how much knowledge and insight he has on what's important in the world, because he's literally an investor or co-founder of some of the most impactful companies on the planet. And he has some major government contracts with the United States for cybersecurity through Palantir. Okay, I gave you guys Palantir maybe about 2 years ago when it first went public. We got in when it was around $9. It's currently at $17, and it's currently my number 16 pick for the 2024 watch list. Okay, Palantir went public in September of 2020 at around $9.48. It's currently trading at $17. The all-time high is 45. Okay, it also just crossed above my technical indicator at $11.81, and since it's done that, it's almost up $6. Okay, so for those of you guys on YouTube that want to watch live as I go through these picks, click the link in my bio and watch on, and you can join us on YouTube. Okay, so that is Palantir, and that's why I picked it. All right, number 17 is RIOT. Okay, RIOT is my number 17 pick for the 2024 Moneyskool stock watch list. Okay, RIOT trends very closely to Bitcoin and the crypto market in general, but for sure Bitcoin. So where Bitcoin goes, if Bitcoin is trending up, typically RIOT is trending up. When Bitcoin is trending down, RIOT is typically trending down. Okay, it is a Bitcoin mining company engaged in the provision of special cryptocurrency mining computers. Okay, so very, very closely associated with it. RIOT went public in 2003 as a technology company. It has been very centrally focused on Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining machines basically since around the 2007, 2008. And it went public initially at $474, crashed when Bitcoin had a bunch of winters, and now is crossed above my technical indicator, and I believe that is a good place to get in, okay? And this also allows you to get a little Bitcoin exposure without buying Bitcoin or holding the cryptocurrency, okay? If that's too much for you and you don't know how to do all of that, and I'm not going to go into that today, okay? So number 18, my number 18 pick for the Moneyskool 2024 stock market watch list is Tesla, okay? Tesla is our number 18 pick. Now, Tesla is another household name, okay? But I believe that right now Tesla is only at about 30% profit margins, okay? Which means it has a substantial amount of room to grow, which is kind of crazy with how much it has impacted the automotive world, the autonomous driving vehicles world, and now Tesla is also getting into the robotics game by developing humanoid robots. So Tesla is on par to start releasing humanoid robots this year or early next year. And if you guys have, grown up and ever watched the TV show, The Jetsons, the cartoon The Jetsons, their household maid, that robot that everybody's been talking about and thinking about, hey, I want a robot to live in my house and do all my chores. That robot is literally in production. It's almost ready for commercial delivery. And that robot also has the ability to connect to other AI tools like ChatGPT, etc. So 2024 and beyond is about to get really wild on the technology side. Tesla is leading the pack in a lot of that AI, automotive, autonomous vehicles, and robotics, okay? And it's led by the richest person on the planet, Elon Musk, which is another household name, okay? Tesla went public in June of 2010 at $2.63. It reached a high of $414.56. It's currently trading at $248. It crossed above my technical indicator at $221 and has been up $27 since then, okay? So that is our number 18 pick, Tesla, okay? The number 19 pick for the 2024 stock market watch list for Moneyskool is the SPY, the Spiders, the S&P 500 ETF. The S&P 500 ETF represents the top 500 companies in the United States, and this allows you to get access to own a piece of all 500 of these companies without being able to afford or buy each company individually, okay? The S&P 500 is the most popular traded asset and invested asset on the entire planet, okay? So it is the blue chip of blue chips. Everybody and their mother that is in investing is exposed to this in one way or another. It is also another benchmark asset that we have been talking about for today. It is the number one benchmark asset that professional hedge fund managers compare themselves against and say, hey, how did the S&P 500 perform over the last 12 months? And then they compare that to their performance, okay? So the S&P 500 went public in the early 90s, in 93 at around $42.63. Its all-time high was $480.68, which we're very close to now. It crossed above my technical indicator, the most recent cross was here in October at $411.37. And since it's done that cross, it's up almost $64. Okay. All right. So that's number 19. And rounding it out my number 20 pick of my top 20 picks of the 2024 Money School stock market watch list is VTI. So as the S&P 500 is the index for the top 500 companies in America, VTI is an index that represents the entire total stock market. So all the stocks, it's over 8,000 stocks in the entire world, that VTI tracks, and it looks at the performance of those. Okay, VTI as an ETF went public in May of 2001 at $57.68 with an all-time high of 245, and we're currently at 237. It crossed above my technical indicator in June of 2023 at 208, and it's up almost $30 at 237.22. So everybody, that rounds out the Money School 2024 stock market watch list. Hopefully you've got some insights on the companies, the market, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, now I'm going to open it up for any questions. You can type some questions in the comment box here live on YouTube, or you can type them live here on Instagram, and I will answer some of those questions. If you want to join my free my free investing and trading community, click the Discord link in the YouTube. It's 100% free and open to the public. And now I will open it up for questions for the Money School 2024 stock market watch list. So you can ask some questions about maybe why I picked the stock, or maybe if I have a price target, or any question that you may have about myself, about Money School, or about our 2024 watch list. Okay, so Stephanie on Instagram says, will you list your top 20? Yes, so I have the top 20 list. Okay, we just went over it. We're live on YouTube as well, so you can see the charts. I have the list. I've posted this list in my Discord channel for the Money School community. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up, so that's a great question, Stephanie, is I want to show you the diversification in this portfolio as well. So join the Discord. Okay, go into the YouTube. The link is in my bio. I said VTI. Number 20 is V. V as in Victor. VTI. So go, if you're on Instagram and you want to watch live, click the link in my bio, come to the YouTube, watch it live, and in the Discord comment section, in the YouTube comment section is the link to join my free community, and I'm posting all 20. I'm posting the exact watch list, all 20 in the Discord community. It's 100% free, and you can get it in there, okay? Yes, it's free, everybody. The Discord community is free, okay? So if you're in YouTube and you're looking on my screen, the 2024 watch list, you can see the symbol distribution. You can see that it's 70% worth of stock. It's 25% of funds. So this, 5 ETFs in here, or funds. And it's 5 that have a kind of depository receipt. Now, when you talk about sectors, you can see the diversification, and diversity minimizes your risk. So you're not putting it all on black. You're not putting all your money in one stock. Okay. So we can see here that we have 5 sectors. We have finance. Okay. We have consumer durables at 7%. It makes up 7% of the entire watch list. We have retail trading. Or retail trade, people who sell products to the public, is 7%. Finance is 14% of the portfolio. Electronic technology makes up 21% of the portfolio, and technology services make up 50% of the portfolio. So we're not putting all of our eggs just in finance, or just in electronics, or just in technology. We're diversified, so that brings our risk down. Okay. And then the other thing is, you can look at if you have this link, if you're in the Discord, I gave you the link to this 2024 watch list, and you can see this same breakdown, and you can see it gives you the price. It gives you their last, it gives you their percentage change, it gives you the type of volume. So you can see that literally the last trading day of the year, 318,000 people traded BlackRock, this one instrument, okay, for a total volume of 690,000 trades. okay? And over $120 billion market cap, okay? So BlackRock has $120 billion market cap, all right? And you can see it, all the volume that's traded, right? And you can see that was 318 to 690, but if we scroll down to SPY, we can see that 122 million trades were taken on the SPY. Okay, so that's just giving you some idea of how many people are actively trading this and how popular it is, which gives you some comfort also that it's a quality symbol, a quality stock. You can also see its performance compared to other instruments. So if you want to check off all of them, every which one you click, you can now see its performance relative to the other one. So let's just say I wanted to look at Cruz and Nancy, right, which are the ones that are tracking the politicians, right? If I want to see how they traded, how do they perform last year compared to the S&P 500, we could see that Nancy, that ETF, outperformed the S&P 500 last year. So the S&P 500 returned 16.5%, and the Nancy Pelosi ETF, or Nancy ETF, that tracks all the Democratic Congress people's stock performance for them and their families, they outperformed the stock market by 3%, the Democrats. And we can see that the Republicans underperformed the SPY at under about 6%. And then if I wanted to look at the overall stock market, VTI, V as in Victor, the VTI, the overall stock market produced 15% returns last year. And what does that mean? That means that if you put $100 in VTI at the beginning of the year, last year, on the first trading day, you would have got 15.6% back. So that means that you would have got $15.60 back for every $100 you had invested into that asset, okay? So that's what that means, and that's how to look at it, and you can kind of go in here and click on it. This watch list takes you right to TradingView. So if you don't have a TradingView account, it's free. Go create your TradingView account, and you can have that watch list for free from my Discord channel, okay? And it gives you a little bit more information. So you could track the upcoming earnings. You could track all the news that hits the entire market of any one of those 20 stock will be listed here for you to watch every day in real time. And I've given that to you, and I've given you this access, and I'm giving you how to watch it 100% for free. Okay. So I don't see any questions on YouTube, but I see a bunch of questions here on Instagram. So man, I really don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm sorry. But your question says, what is your YouTube link? The YouTube link, you can either just go to my page, Dion Pouncil, or you can go to the link in my bio on Instagram and click it, and we're still live. Okay, let me see. We got some more questions. Any questions, you can ask them. No questions too big, too small, too smart, too dumb. We're all here to learn and earn, okay? Yes, I went over to 20 here live on YouTube. I posted my free investment and trading community called Moneyskool, Wall Street Academy Discord link in the YouTube comment section for free. And I put the watch list in there, okay? C. Cosby says, hey, Dion, thanks. What are your thoughts on Rivian? Okay, so I'm not talking about an individual asset right now outside of the watch list, but here's what I'll say. When I considered the automotive section, especially the EV, electronic vehicles section, I chose Tesla over anything else. So Tesla is my pick for that. Now, Rivian is a competitor of Tesla. They have a smaller market cap, which means that they do have room to grow. Somebody's going to win. Right now, Tesla is winning and is in the lead. And just because of the access, the information, the loyal cult following that they have, and how much is invested into that, relatively speaking, to any other asset class or any other EV vehicle, I chose to go with Tesla. If you want to find something that's a cheaper price of a stock and feel like you have room to grow with it as it competes to Tesla. Do your research and check on that. Rivian is a relatively a brand name that other people know. Okay, so you definitely want to think about things that are blue chip, and you don't want to be the only one trading that without the proper insights and information. Okay. Brookie says, I keep getting disconnected. Is this free? Yes, this is free. I'm on Instagram right here for free. I'm on YouTube live right now for free. And you can click the link and join my community. It's free. Okay. All right. Miss Tiffany Harris said, how do you determine the ranking of the top 20? So I went through my personal step-by-step routine and parameters, and I showed you all the technical indicator that I use. I didn't tell you what it was because it's an algorithm that I'm creating and that I have, but I showed you it on the screen. So if you were on the YouTube live stream, you'll be able to see me go into the chart. Like right now, I'm on the chart, I'm looking at the chart, and you can see a technical indicator that I'm looking at, and that shows me a potential value of whether that is considered undervalued or overvalued, and if it's trending up or if it's trending down. And so based off of that indicator and my technical analysis that I do, that is how I made my decision. Now, ranking them from 1 to 20, I just literally put them in order 1 to 20. I'm not ranking my top 20 in like a 1 through 20. I just numbered them, okay? But these are my top 20 picks out of the entire 8,000 stocks that are on the stock market. So hopefully that answers your question, okay? All right, YouTube link is in my Instagram bio, or just type in Dion Pouncil, okay? Okay, any other questions, comments, or thoughts? Okay, somebody said they end the YouTube. My pleasure. Okay, so, yep, glad to hear it, glad to hear it, glad to hear you got the answer. Okay, so this is recorded on YouTube, and when I am done being live, this will live on the YouTube page. So if you want to rewatch it, if you want to tell a friend to watch it, if you want to send this link to somebody, and I also will keep the Discord link in there live as well. Or you could always shoot me a DM on Instagram, or you could shoot me a DM on YouTube. Okay, but this is recorded. It will be posted on the YouTube channel when it is done. Okay, and you guys can join the free community 24/7. Okay, and tomorrow, for all of my current members who are in Trade Club, tomorrow is our first live trading of the year. So we have a live trading room where we trade different asset classes. Now that is a paid program. So if you want to join Moneyskool, just go to moneyskool.com, MONEYSKOOL.com. You'll be able to take the courses and trade live with me. But the community is absolutely free. Okay? Any other questions, comments, or thoughts? We're live in Trade Club tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we're live in Options Club Friday at 3 p.m. Okay? I don't really know how to pronounce your name. It's like, it might be Sylvia or Slid. SYL47. I'm going to leave it there. Your question says, trade 50% of which? I need a little bit more clarity on that question because it just says trade. I need some more content or context of your question. Okay? Okay, while he or she responds with the update of their question. For those of you guys who want to join Moneyskool, welcome to the family, moneyskool.com. Join the family, learn, take control of your financial future. And for those of you guys who just want to join the community, learn more about me, learn more about the community, interact with other like-minded people, click the Discord and we'll see you in there. Tomorrow, live trading in Trade Club is 9 a.m. Eastern. If you are in Trade Club, if you're in the Moneyskool Wall Street Academy, tomorrow we're doing live trading 9 a.m. Eastern in our private Discord channel. Okay? All right. Doesn't seem like we have any other questions. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap here because we've been here about an hour and 15 minutes. It also is New Year's Day. So happy New Year. Love, light, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each of you guys. Thank you for joining. Congratulations on getting this free watch list because I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into it. And for those of you guys who joined the community, thank you. And I will see you in Money School. All right? Peace. All right, Instagram family.